All right. Good evening, everybody. I really want to thank everyone who's come out to actually attend tonight. Once again, we are going to record, so it'll be reshared. But we're going to just basically dive into it so we can get everybody back to their evening routine. If you're on this, it means you were actually signed up to participate in the Operation Battleborn Rectum Remember coming up this weekend. And thank you again for your participation and support for the event. I know a bunch of you are actually returning from previous events, and that's what really makes this thing special, because everybody comes out to really remember what Memorial Day is all about. So thank you again, and we're going to move through this. So during the ruck, we're going to be carrying 7,000 dog tags and some change. The casualties list did continue to grow. So we are over 7,000 dog tags at this point, and it is over 90 pounds of weight. The tags themselves are divided into multiple quote unquote bricks that we're going to be dispersing among all of you as participants. That's why we encourage everybody to have a pack you're used to bring on the ruck, so that you carry that load comfortably, but also enough so that you understand the weight of what we're doing during the event. This is the Mobile Vet Center. This is important because this is a support vehicle that's going to be at our handoff points. It's going to give you a visual of where we're starting and ending. So those of you, when you're going out to your start points, if you're not going to be with us on the first leg, obviously, this will be the best indication of where you're supposed to go if you don't have a pin on a map on a mobile phone or something like that. So just keep an eye out for the Mobile Vet Center, and it'll be the marker for where you're going to park, and then where you're going to start from for your ruck leg. No, the Nevada Department of Veteran Services is supporting this event this year by providing transportation from the endpoints on legs back to the start points, so participants can get back to their vehicles. From my understanding, this is what the van looks like. Possibly, I don't know, or that might be Troy's van. We'll see. Otherwise, if you get to your start point and you're able to park there, NDVS is going to get you back to where you need to go. They were very gracious enough to support us in this way this year. So this is what we encourage you all to bring. Wear good walking shoes that you're used to. For those folks who've done this before, you know how important it is to have good footwear. If you've been preparing yourself, you probably have a set of shoes already picked out. If you're not used to walking 5 to 8 miles, just go through your sets of shoes and pick the ones that you're very confident are not going to give you a bunch of blisters on your heels and toes. People are very surprised as to how much punishment they give their shoes or give their feet when they come on a ruck like this. We also encourage you all to bring water. We will likely have some with us, but we do encourage everybody to be fairly self-sufficient with this. A few snacks that you prefer. There will probably be stuff with us. If you have any dietary restrictions, we encourage you all to bring that stuff with you. We're not going to be prepared for everybody with nut and dairy allergies and their own personal dietary restrictions. So if those do apply to you, please bring that stuff with you. Like I mentioned before, a day pack or a ruck of your choice that's comfortable for you, that you're used to. We do have loaners available as well, but we do encourage you to have one that you know and that is fitted for you. Sunscreen, obviously, we're getting into the summertime, so be prepared for some sun exposure. Weather, I hesitate to even present the weather in these types of briefings, because who knows what's going to be happening to us on the day of. So just be prepared for heat, but also bring maybe a light jacket or a sweatshirt just in case the weather turns. In 2019, we had a snow flurry happen to a bunch of folks outside Hawthorne. So anything can happen. It's Nevada. We know what's going on. Moving on. So here we're going to get into the route. So everybody's questions have been about starting endpoints and timelines. We're going to get into those specifics right now. So on Saturday, we're going to head out from the Carson Memorial, right there on the Capitol grounds. If you Google Maps for the Nevada State Capitol, the location will be presented to you. most of our staff and everybody is going to start arriving about 07. Participants are encouraged to arrive around 7:30. We're going to have a brief ceremony to get everybody stepping off, and everybody's going to get started at 08. That's all the folks who are going on leg alpha. This is your start point. So leg alpha is actually fairly simple. You're going to proceed from the Capitol grounds along North Carson Street on the sidewalk, and you're going to hang a right on US 50. All of this takes place on the sidewalk. It goes almost the entire way up, just prior to the edge of town, and then it'll shift into the shoulder of the highway. We will have all of our vehicles on site to provide kind of a buffer zone, so you guys can have somebody behind you and ahead of you to keep an eye out for traffic. But mostly, we're going to try to give you guys a nice wide berth so that you can ruck and connect with each other while you're going. This one again is stepping off at 0800, and it should arrive roughly 9:45 to 10. One note on these timelines: people's paces are different. We're not expecting you to sprint to the end. This one's actually kind of short, so you probably will be able to complete it pretty quickly. However, we do not encourage anybody to go at a pace that's beyond your limitations. So we encourage you to do this at a comfortable pace and enjoy the event. That being said, because people's paces are different, our timelines might stretch or shrink. So as you come out to your start points for legs after this, please be prepared for possibly longer or shorter wait times. In our experience, longer is more likely, but sometimes shorter can be possible depending on what kind of athletes we've got on these legs. So leg Bravo is going to start right at the turnout, just prior to the of all things, the landfill turnoff. A good indicator, as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen there's a big blue city limit sign for Carson City. That's going to be your best visual indicator, along with the mobile vet center, that this is your endpoint. And then also for those folks coming up to park here, look for those. Step off. Usually we give you a little bit of leeway on this. 10:15 is a no later than start time, though. We got to get everybody on the road at some point. So we do hope that everybody can get on station by then and get on the road again. You're going to be proceeding straight down Highway 50, no turns or anything, to Dayton State Park. It's also, again, clearly marked, and you should get there about midday. This is the best indicator for you to know where you're going. This is right at the turnout for the park. We'll have the MVC will be there as well. And there's ample parking inside the park for everybody getting ready to go. Again, this one will step off right around midday, heading down 50. And as you go through Dayton, you're going to proceed past there. And you're going to hang a right on Fort Churchill Road and proceed a little bit farther down. You can see the roads there for the residential area. It's about a half mile past the residential area is where we're going to set up for the handoff. Should get there about 2 p.m. Literally, this is your marker, this car, along with our stuff. Nevada has its charming moments, but it's a good visual indicator. This one's about 7 miles. So just keep an eye out again for the MVC and our support staff, and then we'll get on to leg Delta. This one, again, no turns. You're just going to head straight down Fort Churchill Road to the next handoff point. This is a really pretty section right along the Carson River, a lot of cottonwood trees, things like that. There are some residences, so keep an eye out. We do encourage everybody, as you're walking along here, it is going to be Memorial Day weekend. We do expect some people to be out camping and stuff in this area, and there may be also some off-road vehicles. So we do encourage everybody to keep their heads up and keep an eye out for those. Again, our safety staff will also be there to encourage traffic to slow down and keep everybody safe. And you should arrive about to this point about 4 o'clock. And then leg echo, this is going to be the last leg of the day. You will see as you come up to this crossroads, not just our vehicles, but also the National Automotive Testing Center. It's a bunch of military vehicles and things like that get tested out here. So there'll be interesting stuff to check out as you're rucking through this section. But we do encourage you, there could be vehicles and stuff moving around. Being Memorial Day weekend, it'll probably be all recreational. So don't worry about having Humvees or tanks to drive around. This is going to be down, getting into the afternoon. We still, have lots of daylight throughout this time. So even if it's overcast, you should have quite a bit of sunlight to get you all the way out to Fort Churchill and the campground. If you are planning to camp with us, that's going to be at the Fort Churchill State Park. We're in the group camp area. It is not too late for you to jump on and get that add-on to your registration if you want to. So what you'll do is you'll come in and we'll have all of our staff available to direct you down to where we're camping. It's pretty straightforward though. It's just a loop that goes around the ruins of Fort Churchill. You wouldn't go into the first campground, you would go into the second one, and you'll see us all there. So Sunday is going to be May 29th. And as we move into Lake Foxtrot, you're going to leave straight from where we were camping. You're going to head out to US 95 alternate and head up north toward Silver Springs. There are frontage roads along this whole area that we are having everybody walk on instead of on the shoulder. It just separates you a little bit from traffic. It's far safer, but again, possibility of a lot of side-by-sides or dirt bikes and things like that. So we want you guys to just be mindful of that. And again, our safety crew will be on station to assist throughout this whole thing. This should take you about 3 hours because it's a pretty long leg, but there's a pretty hefty hill going up before you start going down into Silver Springs. So timelines wise, should take about 3 hours and get you comfortably up to the Silver Springs Nugget. So this is the roundabout where US 50 and 95 alternate meet. You're going to come up this way on this sidewalk on the right-hand side of the road. Use the crosswalks to come across. And as you can see on the left-hand side on the top corner, that's the Nugget Casino where we're going to have all of our support vehicles parked for the handoff. They're also fully supporting the event. So if you need to use the restroom or anything like that, it's not the most well-equipped casino, but I'm pretty sure they have a restroom for you if you need it. And then across the street, underneath the map over here, there's convenience stores and things like that. Or you could just climb in the van with our esteemed colleague, Eduardo, and he can take you back to Fort Churchill to grab your vehicle. Moving on from here to on Lake Gulf, we're going to be going at 11 o'clock. Just straight up again, 95 alternate. This is the most strenuous leg of the journey. It's going to be very hilly, very steep in sections. And as you can see on the top left corner of the picture as well, there are frontage roads. That is what we're encouraging everybody to walk on again. 95 alternate has a lot of trucks on it. So we definitely like to encourage people to stay, keep their distance from the highway. And while there are periods where you might get to the shoulder, most of it will be on the frontage roads. And again, all of these transition points will be covered and monitored by the safety team. You should arrive somewhere around or right at Speedway Road at about 1400. Leg Hotel. This is the last leg of the day for Sunday. You're going to arrive here. The best indicator for this one, other than the MVC, will be this big sign that says scrap metal recycling. It's about a block short of the actual racetrack there in Fernley. These frontage roads are a little bit offset from the road still, and keeping everybody away from traffic. This leg does have a right-hand turn down Cottonwood Road. It's very easy to identify. You're going to proceed down that way to Farm District Road and hang a left. Go up a couple of blocks and you will then arrive at the Fernley Out-of-Town Park, where our staff will be to gather up the tags again and send everybody home for the night. So coming in on Monday, we are going to gather back up at the Out-of-Town Park. and we're going to muster there at about, we're going to have staff on hand about 9 a.m. And then we're going to hope that those participants who signed up just for Leg India to be there by 10 so that we can step off and complete the last few miles from the out of town park into the cemetery. It's very straightforward. Our staff will all be walking with you, so you really don't need to worry too much about how to get there, because you'll see all of our flags and guidons there to assist you. And it's very likely, as in years past, that we will have a police escort. But just for safety's sake, we are encouraging everybody, if in the absence of a police escort, that we stay on the sidewalks. If we do have that escort, we will be able to safely walk in the right of way on the road. We should be arriving at the cemetery at about 11 o'clock so that we can then disperse and observe the ceremony that is held inside the Veterans Memorial Cemetery, courtesy of the Nevada Veterans Coalition. So, it's short and sweet and simple. We try to keep it that way, just, by design. But I do want any of your questions, please. And you can throw them in the chat, or you can go ahead and unmute.
Hey, Donald, this is Phil. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Where
I think I stepped on somebody there when they were trying to talk. My quick question was, when we get
it was a little broken.
Yeah, when we get to the last point, are we doing any kind of like flag placement or anything like that at the Veterans Memorial, or is that already set up by someone else?
So the Nevada Veterans Coalition has been hosting a ceremony in the cemetery for many years, and they've been gracious enough to add us to their program. So actually, Felipe Gutierrez, who's the veteran coordinator for Truckee Meadows Community College, is actually going to be part of that program. And he's going to say a few words about the ruck, but otherwise, we're not going to be planting flags or anything beyond what is already happening for the ceremony itself. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I just want to make sure, because I'm with Amazon, so we have a team that's going to go help out, especially really mainly on the on Monday when we get to that last little leg, the 2-mile leg. So we're trying to invite some family, since the shorter leg family and people like that, other than just the people that were doing the actual walk. So I just want to know, because we did get some flags ordered for placement, but if not, we can do that another time.
Absolutely. And if you want to coordinate with us a little bit more specifically, feel free to send us an email at theoperationbattleborn@gmail.com. If you want to do that just right after this, and we can talk more about that.
Dragon, thanks.
There may be a few. I'm not sure who Charmazing is, but we should have a few. The Vet Center usually has a couple to loan out as long as they're on hand. I know for sure the schools who are participating, UNR and TMCC, they'll have their guidons and things like that. But if you do have your own personal American flag or service flags, and then obviously Felipe says that they will have some as well from TMCC. So we do just encourage everybody to maintain flag etiquette with those and try to keep them off, especially the Old Glory, keep her off the ground, and we'll keep going from there. Leg Hotel is about 8 miles. It's 8 hard miles though. Oh, I'm sorry. Hotel is not that far. Hotel is a little bit shorter than that, but it's very flat and kind of downhill for a lot of it.
Hey, Donald.
What's up?
Where exactly is Leg Echo meeting up? I kind of missed that.
So Leg Echo is meeting halfway down Fort Churchill Road at a crossroads about a mile before you get to the NATC. So the best thing to do if you're coming from Carson City, or if you're heading up from Carson City to your handoff point, you're going to go up 50 until you get to Fort Churchill Road, and you're going to take a right. If you're coming from Fernley, if you go over USA Parkway and you're on 50 and you go down US 95 to Fort Churchill and backtrack, you're going to go past NATC, which will be, you'll know when you see it. There'll be fences on either side with a bunch of Humvees and things like that. Go about a mile down past that, and our vehicles will be there to meet all you guys when you get there.
So if I follow Fort Churchill Road, not heading towards the the little monuments and stuff. So if I came that way, I'd hook a left on Fort Churchill and follow it down.
If you're on 95, if you're going up 50 or coming down 95, you'll hang a right both times.
Okay. All right, cool.
So if you were to put and search for NATC in Google Maps and marked that and just had your navigation take you there, you will get to us wherever you're coming from. If you live in Reno, it's more likely that it'll probably encourage you to come over USA Parkway and down through Silver Springs. So you're probably going to be coming from 95.
And then last question, how long is the leg echo and leg golf?
They're both about 7 miles.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Golf is leg golf is 8 miles. Leg echo is about 7 miles.
Sweet, thank you.
And leg golf is our very, 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 very hilly and very hard leg.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Hey, Donald, it's Eric. Sorry if you answered this in the beginning, but how much weight are we packing?
It depends on how many people are on your leg. I believe you're on Delta, correct?
Yeah, I am on, I'm kind of missing the leg names. I am on 13:45 Saturday and 11 on Sunday.
Okay, so you're on leg Delta on Saturday, I believe, and the weight is distributed basically however you and your fellow participants want to divide it. If you have a large group, you can talk to them about, say, if you want to carry a lot, just say, hey, I'd like a few more tags to make this more challenging. It's just a discussion you can have with those folks. As long as we get them all moving, that's all we want.
Okay.
So it could be one of those legs only has 2 participants on it. So if we don't have anybody on standby that wants to jump in on that one, it could be as much as 50 pounds.
Okay, cool. Which one only has 2? Is that Delta or golf?
Currently, Delta is the only one with 2.
Okay. How many are on golf?
Golf has, I believe, 6.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's only 6 participants in golf?
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was gonna be fun.
Yeah, you'll be all right though. We'll be right there. Again, take your time. We don't want anybody to rush it. Say again?
We will have a QRF team standing by just in case we need to jump in and help out Donald. Just remind him that.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll have people on standby ready to take over if it is necessary, or at least disperse the tags a little bit more to finish out the leg. Yes, Sunday, once you get past Silver Springs, that whole section of golf is the most rural and remote section. It's actually pretty out there. Lots of hills, a lot of sagebrush, but really big skies, and it's a cool spot. Delta is the lowest man right now. Charlie had a few people jump on it, so it boosted it quite a bit. But we have a whole lot of people leaving out on Alpha. Quite a few people there on Bravo, but Bravo, Charlie, and Delta were the ones. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much. So if you want to, if you want to jump into Eventbrite, or we can add you onto that if you'd like. Is that Jamie? Perfect. All right. I can jump in there and add you in there too.
Hey, Donald.
All right,
Jesse.
everybody.
I got
Oh,
one question.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, Delta. So it's going to start near the school, then it's going to head out towards the NATC. Is the van going to be able to get back to basically the elementary school area in Dayton?
It's going to be your start point's actually going to be at Dayton State Park.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
signed up
yes,
for- I signed up
they'll
for-
bring you. They're going
I
to be.
I signed up for back-to-back legs, which is fine. I live in Dayton. I can put a car anywhere.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
it's-
gotcha.
I live in Dayton now, so but I was just wondering if the midpoint before NATC, if the vans will be able to make it back towards the Dayton side, down Fort Churchill.
They're going to be supporting all day.
Okay.
So yeah. Mhm.
That was it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And welcome back, Jesse. It'll be good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
Mr. Cole, yeah, I should be able to send you. I'll make sure that you get the link to this recording when we're done.
I have one more question, if I may.
Yep, go ahead.
Regarding the camp out on Saturday, is this going to be like a potluck, or would food be provided? How's that going to work?
So if you have anything, again, what we do encourage is that for some folks, if they have dietary restrictions, we are not planning for those things. So if you have dietary restrictions, or if you have any preferences, please bring it out. I believe we are going to have a grill on hand to be able to prepare a few things, but we're not going to have a huge feast prepared. Unfortunately, we don't have a major food sponsor or anything this year. So I believe we will probably have a selection of burgers and dogs. Beyond that, it would be up to you guys to bring it.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for everybody who attended. I really appreciate it. Again, this is going to be sent out again if you wanted to review it. Also, feel free to send us an email at operationbattleborn@gmail.com if you have any other questions. Otherwise, we will see you on Saturday morning.